Hi, I'm Seamless, and today is Sunday, which means it's time for a new How to Synth tutorial. And today I'm going to show you how to make a cool trap lead using Harmor and to a lesser extent using Massive. This is what it sounds like. Oops. Anyway, you get the idea. So this is actually using a bit of a simple trick where if you've seen a lot of my live streams where I've messed around with making trap like in between kind of stuff, which is probably not all that many of you, you'll have sort of already understand what this trick is, but we're going to essentially be compressing harmonics. And what I mean by that is shortening the range of them. If we're going to do this from scratch, what we're doing is starting with ye old saw wave, not 1000 dB. And we're going to be using the harmonic detune divider. The multiplier takes harmonics and moves them away from the fundamental. Like so. The divider brings them together. I said that this was going to involve Massive, and really this is the only similarity between Massive and Harmor in this particular respect, and that's that Massive has the frequency shifter, which if you look at the EQ when you're using it, you'll actually see, if you look at any kind of analyzer that can show you the harmonic spectrum, you'll see that that's what it's doing. It's moving the harmonics closer to harmonics closer together, and that creates this sort of close together sound. And just even doing that right there kind of already makes it sound kind of neat. Now, to make the kind of trap lead that you heard me do there, it actually has a lot more to do with sort of what the MIDI's doing than what the actual processing is. Although the processing is important too. Beyond this, what I like to do is I like to go to local EQ and make a big old peak somewhere, which will affect it when I distort it pretty heavily. Like that. Chords sound awful. And then, of course, a lot of reverb. Some compression, perhaps. Now, the rest of it is what you do with the pitching. A lot of trap these days will have a lot of just weird pitch movement. And there's kind of two ways to do that. You can either do it automatically through the use of legato and portamento, or you can manually automate the pitch. And for some of them, I would lean towards manually automated, just because you get, the best of both worlds. Although when you do legato, you also, especially when you're doing it inside Harmor, if you use the legato options, you can alter how long it takes for it to do that. So if you want to do the fast, like trilling notes, that's short time, but if you have a long time, that ends up happening. These lines also tend to fade in and out, usually due to sidechaining with the rest of the elements, or sometimes you can do it manually. And that's what I did with the other guy, where I actually linked volume of this to the mod X, and then I linked it to my keyboard's modulation wheel. Just now I just made an automation clip, but now I'm linking to my modulation wheel. And then that's how that is. And that's where we get when we get this. And this one I also threw in a little bit of pitch sharpness, but I kind of want it, so never mind about that. About all this, though, the principal effect is still the condensing of the harmonic output through the harmonic divider. Now, Not all trap leads are like this, though. You can still make some that are just regular saw waves. In fact, most of them are just regular saw waves. Like, that's just a regular saw wave. I guess if you feel like being a square wave, you could do that too. Although with the distortion and aliasing, which, oh boy, there's a lot of that going on right now, that is a bit ridiculous. But hey, it can sound cool, you know? A lot of trap lead elements aren't even musical sometimes. They're actually very like intentionally strange and ridiculous, and that's just the genre. So, you know, the sky's the limit about that. So I was talking about Massive, just so to show you the example of what I mean here. Massive has built into it the frequency shifter. And then you want to mess around with the internal glide settings and that kind of thing, you'll get more or less the same result. And then you can use a filter to create the big peak in the middle, and then, you know, distort it inside. It's really, that's the basic stuff about that. It's just, I find a lot easier to use Harmonic to be doing this kind of thing, but I find Harmonic a lot easier to be doing a lot of stuff. So that's just kind of me. Anyway, this is rather simple stuff. I'm not going to give you a patch because it's really very easy. If you have any questions about it, though, please let me know. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and that good stuff. And as usual, have a nice day.